On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Right!
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
And away we go on a Thursday. Good morning. Welcome to the Tripped Out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Cole Johnson will be along in just a few moments. We're going to go right to the Fanatics feedback zone. A Pizzle in the house with us, one of our faithfuls as always. Good morning to you, the Hawk TV. Chris Dietz of Fifth Down Sports will join us in a little bit. Sig Diggy from Norway says, good morning and happy Thursday, everybody. Time to get funky like a monkey. You better believe it, brother. Clark Monroe will join us at the bottom of hour 2. Chris Dietz is getting cranked up here at the bottom of hour 1. We need a LeBron highlight reel. The best of the worst. I call the worst. I'm just going to say that right now, and it's Thursday. So we're going to, no, we don't do that here. Thank you, Ryan. We don't do that here. All right, let me get everything together here, and let me do this correctly. Now batting from the bong with his coffee in hand, number 420, Wise El Jefe. Number 420.
What's up, brother?
Good morning, my friend.
And Hawk, it is Thursday. It's not Wednesday. It is Thursday. So, brother, we don't do that on Thursdays.
Want to bet? That look on your face. See, that look on your face reminds me of the look I have when one of my children says something like that to me. Oh man, how you doing this morning, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. Finally, I finally got the website to the radio station is working.
Good.
The radio station is up.
Good.
And
we're on Real Wise Radio as well as, y'all ready? SDM Sports Radio is alive. It is well, and it is kicking. We got some old games up there, and we premiere our new season of our new first game of our new season on the SDM Sports Radio tomorrow. Jefferson County Panthers will host the Bedford North Lawrence Stars in a homecoming football game, and yours truly is behind the mic for the play-by-play call. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we go up with our broadcast. So very, very excited for that. Excited also to be a part of National Podcast Day on September 30th. And I definitely will go unfiltered for a half hour. It would be my pleasure to do that. And also going to go unfiltered tonight, 9 p.m. on the main channel, as mentioned. Waiting for Cole Johnson to join us. Let's dive in to the biggest story that broke overnight. Ime Udoka is in trouble. Big trouble.
so my thing is like, your wife is bad, man. Like, your wife is bad. No, he had an affair.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. He had an affair with someone in the organization that is frowned upon. So he's looking at a lengthy suspension.
Done.
No, he's not fired. They're not going to fire him. He's looking at a lengthy suspension.
He's done.
And
but
like, look who his wife is.
With someone in the organization?
Do you know who his wife is?
No.
You don't know who his wife is?
I do not.
Okay. His wife is one of the baddest actresses on the planet, brother. She was actually in Friday. Nia Long, yes, Sig Diggy. Nia Long is his wife.
He cheated on Nia Long.
Yes, he cheated on Nia Long.
What in the Vita Blue hell was he thinking?
I don't know, bro.
Goodness gracious. It happens more to let me get this comment up there from Hawk. It happens more times than not, y'all. Not saying you should have one, but it happens.
It happens. Yes, it's life. It's life.
Such is life, but still.
Listen,
he stepped out on Nia.
Well, Jay-Z stepped out on Beyonce as well. This happens. It's men men have this thing that they must conquer. It's in us all. Some of us know how to control ourselves. Some of us know that. Listen, it's not worth my relationship to go and.
It certainly is. It certainly is not worth. After the hell I've been through, when I found Jody at age 46, bang,
Bro.
right there.
Like I'm like, my wife is a hard ass. She's a pain in the ass. But what she doesn't realize is that I wouldn't change her for the world. Like there's nothing a woman out there can offer me that she offers me. Like she offers me 100% support on what I'm doing. Yes, she's a pain in the ass and she's a hard ass, but she's an honest, loving person. Well, she's an honest person.
Mm-hmm.
She shows her love her way, but
Mm-hmm.
she's just blunt. She doesn't hold anything back. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. She lets it fly.
Neither does Jody. And I appreciate Jody for being unfiltered with me. You know, she told me at the start, she says, "Look, I have a problem." I said, "What's your problem?" She says, "Whatever comes in my brain, I spit out." I said, "And the problem is?" She says, "You're not going to be offended."
Oh, this time she pisses me off with what she says, but I accept it because that's who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, and I know when she says it, she means it. It doesn't mean it's not that she's trying to be.
She's not trying to be mean.
No, she's not trying to be mean or malicious. No, but it's just how she feels, and it just comes out. Yeah,
it's just how it comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just how it comes out. And
now
the third member of our bunch is here.
Good morning, man.
In Cole Johnson. And dude, Ime Udoka, what the hell were you thinking? That's all I have to say. Ime Udoka, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, he pulled me along, so he probably wasn't thinking.
But it's going to cost him. I'll go ahead and say it. It's going to cost him the season. He's
looking at the lengthy suspension. They're not going to fire him. That's what I'm hearing. They're not going to fire him.
I will tell you.
He's looking at
they're going to give him a severe slapping at the wrist. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I get it. I do.
Nia, what did you not do, girl? That's why I want to know.
I got two words for Ime Udoka, and the two words are as follows: "You idiot."
So, are you seriously? Are you seriously going to say what did she not do? I'm listening right now. Did you just seriously say?
Yes, he did.
What did you not do?
And a certain gentleman who'd be with us on Friday is probably going to say the same damn thing.
Oh my God!
Out loud. Okay.
I love how you turned it on her.
No, I'm not turning on her.
No. It's
a diss on him.
What she didn't do.
It is definitely on him.
It's a diss on him.
It is definitely on him. And Cole, I gotta get on your show, Get Over Divorce, because I have a few stories to share with you about my first marriage.
Okay.
You know,
mm-hmm.
And so I'm dropping very, very broad hints here. 14 after the hour. We're just getting started talking Ime Udoka here on Snowman in the Morning. For those of you getting us via TuneIn,
I don't even think they're engaged, man.
Is this?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're on one this morning, Cole. Did you have coffee?
No.
You don't drink coffee. I know that.
Exactly.
I know that.
That's right. I'm high off life, baby.
I'm
high off life, and I'm high off life and dolts in sports. That's what I'm high on.
Okay.
Same here.
Brother,
same here.
And I also
we get a whole bunch. We get a whole bunch watching this.
Yes, Wise
already.
Yes, Wise. We do.
Okay. I saw the Eagle Elite podcast intro yesterday. I am telling you, on the air.
Okay.
Mine's better be fire, brother. Because I'm just seeing nothing but flames.
Okay, and you doubt him why?
Flames. No, I don't doubt him. I do not doubt him.
Why?
There is no doubt in him. There's no doubt. No doubt.
Wait. That's
all I'm seeing is flames from this man. It's just fire. Straight fire. Everywhere I'm looking.
I saw the Eagles Elite podcast opening and closing, and now my brain's turning at 200 miles an hour.
Bro, I'm like, yo, because I just seen the other day. What was it? I saw what was the intro I saw the other day that I told you?
Oh, baseline.
The baseline intro.
Baseline.
And I'm like, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this mofo did it again. He did it again. And it's like he jumps in your brain and gives you what he gives.
I have a request of Cole.
Okay.
And that is an audio intro for my game for this season.
Audio intro. Okay.
For football. I will just tell you the team is the Jennings County Panthers, and I will let you do the rest.
Jennings County Panthers. All right.
Jennings County Panthers. I don't have any sponsors yet. I'm going to do this week with PSAs from the IHSAA because I haven't had a chance to get out into the county yet. Health being part of the reason, and I wanted to be sure that I got the okay to broadcast. I did, and I had to look at their field Wednesday.
But
dude,
that's cool,
dude.
You getting that itch back? That's good.
Look at him. He's getting excited. You see his
getting that itch back.
Excitement in his face.
Listen,
you getting that itch back. That's
I should
good,
not
man.
even, according to many, on my medical team, I should not even be climbing stairs right now. But damn it, I climbed those stairs.
Yeah.
I was out of breath. I got into the press box and I told Corey, who's the athletic director at Jennings County High, I said, let me sit for a couple of minutes. And he said, don't worry. We're going to have air conditioning on. I got a lay of the land. And behind me, behind the football field, is a great view, third base side of the baseball field.
Oh, nice, man.
And I said, can I do the, and he said, you could do the game in here because our press box for the baseball field is very small and we want you to be able to operate. So you can have a perfect view of the third base side. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, well, where would I be able to stick my crowd mic? And he was like, open the window. Like, open the window. Dude. I mean, y'all remember when I did Lewisburg a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
And I had fun doing that. This is going to kick ass.
Awesome, man.
This is going to.
I'm so happy for you, man.
I finally get a chance to celebrate in full my 25th year in broadcasting, even though it's a couple of years beyond that. And I did do Lewisburg baseball, and I did basketball. But to be leading in with football, even Jody even said, it's half a season, but you get to start your broadcast season with football.
That's
and
cool.
it's homecoming tomorrow night. So the kids are going to be off the charts.
Good.
The parade's going to be off the charts.
I'm really excited for you, man, because I know this has been something a long time coming.
You see how he's like so energized now. He's got his spirits is so up and everything. That's good. I like to see that.
I'm just ready to get back to it.
This is what helped. This is going to help with the healing. This right here, just
and
having that
easily will help. I said that. I said that very thing to my family. And I said that in a play-by-play broadcasters group. I said play-by-play is a part of my healing. Jody looked at me with a big smile on her face, and she said, I am ready for you to get back at it. Good. I said, really? She said, yeah, I know you've missed it since Lewisburg. And I know you've missed football since 2019 when I covered Granville Central. And that went backwards. And she said, every organization you tried hooking up with down in North Carolina did you dirty. Now it's time to do it for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do too. So now the SDM Sports Network and SDM Sports Radio is born. The full launch will come Saturday, October 1st, but our first game is tomorrow night.
Congratulations.
Damn, I'm excited.
Awesome, brother. Awesome.
Football,
I'm happy.
Basketball, football, boys and girls basketball, baseball, and softball.
Nice.
And softball, because I had baseball and softball at Lewisburg. And before I could really get in with them, I got my cancer diagnosis. So that killed all of that. Victor Locke in the house with us.
What's up, man?
In the words of Rafiki from The Lion King, the king has returned.
Yes, he has. I'm so happy for him.
Well, my journey to game day, I'm going to do a full day documentary tomorrow. Because I got to finish my prep tonight. I have my spot charts to do. I have my my spot charts, my rosters. I got all the stats I need. I have to tape my pregame show. My interviews with the coaches. Whew, man, lots to do. Still lots to do.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to see that you're giddy, like a little schoolgirl right now.
Right.
Yes.
Look at him.
Yeah,
He's like a
I
little
am.
schoolgirl right now.
It's just
I've been every time I get a chance to call a game, I'm that way.
I'm happy.
Every
bro.
time I get a chance, to call a game, I'm that way. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna get totally deets. Oh and he's got some stuff for us. And then
He's always got some good stuff
yeah,
for
he
us.
does. That's why he's one of our favorites. And then at the bottom of hour 2, Clark Monroe previews week 16 in the CFL, and we'll talk a little hockey as well. 22 after the hour, this is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson and Wise El Jefe. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
A TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Yordan Alvarez,
and it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch.
Michael Jordan can sense.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Hey everybody, Snowman here, and thanks for listening to this episode of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Want to tell you about a little thing we like to call Monkey Knife Fight. Wait, what in the world is that, you may ask? Well, Monkey Knife Fight is a daily fantasy site where you can play your favorite games, support your favorite players, and make money at the same time. And right now, if you go to monkeyknifefight.com and use the code Snowman, you will get a 100% deposit match on up to $100 on your initial deposit. Go to monkeyknifefight.com sportsradio.com and use the code Snowman for an up to 100% deposit on your first deposit of up to $100. Thanks, and tell them Snowman sent you.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
On Twitter, on TikTok, on Twitch, and on Instagram, it's official SIT Morn. That is official SIT Morn on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch.
Let's go to the feedback zone. We had some great comments and a couple of new members. Mike Biggs Boxing.
What's
greeted
up,
us
brother?
Before break. Mike Biggs, good morning to you.
Welcome.
What's up, brother?
I'm listening. Also greeted us before break. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Victor Locke, my longtime engineer of 16 years, said, from someone who has seen this personally, Snowman is very thorough when it comes to prepping for game day. It is truly a sight to behold. Do what you do, Snowman. Thank you, Victor, so much.
I get a glimpse of it with this show, so I already know. I
mean,
already know.
Victor knows I'm a madman when it comes to preparation because
you were 100% correct, Vic.
Something, if there's something that my father and my grandfather taught me, failure to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah, you both those gentlemen were correct.
And after my first season at Chicago State, my father yanked me aside and told me that, and he said, "If you want to do Jim Durham proud, then you got to dig in to your numbers. You got to dig into your stats and your player profiles." I said, "Wow,
he's right. They both right.
He was definitely right.
Yeah.
Second season and on, it was all about the preparation." All right, push the button. Let's go.
Oh, before I do push the button,
There's more?
Oh yeah, Mr. Wise. So you saying that you want me to do an intro for Papa J and Wise?
Yes.
I know you want me to do a commercial. You want me to do an intro for it?
Yes,
bro.
I won't answer that question.
He's answering it for you.
Wise, I got you.
I'm looking at these intros and I'm like, yo, man, this dude, man.
Because I got people that salute Cole with his intro of Snowman Unfiltered,
bro.
I will do tonight at 9, which I will do tonight at 9 o'clock.
I'm seeing nothing but Cole. I talk about I'm gonna pimp this man out, and I see nothing but Cole product everywhere. Everywhere. I'm seeing a Cole intro.
Listen, Wise, you were living up to your word. I saw the Eagles Elite podcast intro, and how the hell he found those clips of Merrill Reese, longtime voice of the Philadelphia Eagles.
He is the magic man.
I love listening to Merrill Reese. I love listening to Merrill Reese, voice of the Eagles. I want to get his name right. Bob Papa, longtime voice of the New York Giants.
Listen.
And of course, mine, Greg Papa, voice of the 49ers.
Right.
Cool.
Matt Taylor.
Listen,
you got to do one for Cole. You have to do one. Okay, I'll give you my other. I'll give you my other request offline. But push the button, damn it! We're wasting time.
Right. Oh, speaking of intros that I've done,
passionate.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight!
Totally.
This one has a chance!
Dates.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
And here he is, folks. The man we call Deets. He's in the house with us this morning.
What's up, guys?
The New York Mets. Salute to the New York Mets. They are in the season.
Yes, they clinched the playoff spot this week. Yes, sir.
The question still remains which one it's going to be, though.
Now can they clinch the NL
we don't know that one.
We don't know if they're going to clinch the NL East, but the New York Mets and I know Howie Rose is over the moon excited.
Big series this weekend with the Big weekend series with the Braves.
Yeah,
that'll tell us a lot. But also, the Mets' schedule coming up down the stretch is just so bad. They might back their way into this.
I mean,
but
if they
then again, the Mets get swept by the Cubs. So who knows?
Wait, who was swept by the Scrubs?
The Mets.
The Mets.
The Mets got swept by the Cubs at home.
What the hell is wrong with y'all?
This was a
road
sweep.
Listen,
wow.
Deets, listen to me carefully.
Does this surprise you?
Wait a minute. Deets, listen to me carefully. I hate the Cubs. What the hell are y'all losing to them for?
I kept watching it. I was like, oh man, Snowman's gonna kill me for this.
I'm not gonna kill you for this. I just want y'all. Look, any team that plays the Chicago Scrubs, I want them to kick their asses. Because I lived in Chicago for many, many moons.
I hear you.
Victor can vouch with me on this. I lived in Chicago for many, many moons. And for some reason, even on the South Side, I was surrounded by Cub fans. I don't know what the hell for, but we were surrounded. My dad hated it. My dad hated it. My dad was a true South Sider. Okay. Oh my God.
So
Cubdom listen, here you go, Deez. Right here. Right here.
Cubdom is garbage. Wow, Victor. That is ice cold. Ice cold.
No, I got better. I got better. I told Cole this story. I believe I told Deets this over
it's hilarious.
Over time. I'll share this right now. November 2nd, 2016 is the night that will live in infamy because I was living in LaPorte, Indiana, which is about as far south of Chicago as you can go without crossing toward Indianapolis.
This is what astonishes me.
I mean, I'm living in LaPorte, Indiana, and I'm surrounded by Cub fans. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this? Oh, I'm Sick Diggy with a question. What about Grandpa Tiny? White Sox to his heart. Hell, my dad and my granddad got me into White Sox baseball.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But I'm
nice.
I'm oh my God. That night, something inside of my gut was churning. Okay. I'll liken this to Cole. It's like seeing the Texans build a 24-point lead, and your feeling in your gut is they're gonna blow it.
They're gonna blow it. And then
that was November
they proceed
2nd,
to do it.
That was November 2nd, 2016 for me. Okay, that was November 2nd, 2016 for me. I went out that afternoon with everybody and their mother and father telling me, because Cub fans are like Cowboy fans. They're doing this. Cole, look at the screen. They're doing this. We're going to win the World Series, right? We're going to win the World Series, right? I'm like, shut the up.
You ain't said that the other previous years until now. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, and they were down 3-1 in that series. Good God Almighty! Don't get me started.
Listen. I had to hear this in August. I had to hear this in August when the Yankees went into their swoon, and a bunch of Met fans at work was celebrating. Talking about we're in first place. We're gonna go to the World Series.
This is different. Wise. This is different because this actually was the World Series. And that night, like I said, November 2nd, 2016, I went out that afternoon. I bought plenty of beer. I bought plenty of water because I know how my body would at the time was reacting to it. I called Marco's Pizza and ordered $35 worth of food. And I said, y'all need to deliver this because I'm not going out of the house. And they said, why are you not coming out? We know you always drive in to pick up your order. I said, y'all need to deliver this. Trust me. And then one of the servers said, does this have to do with a certain baseball game? Yes.
No, really.
And she went, wait. Here's the best part. She's a Cardinal fan. She went,
oh no.
Mm-hmm. She went.
She definitely related to you. She definitely related to you.
Okay. Yes. And she said, you know what? I will deliver this personally, and I will make sure you get this order on the house.
Oh,
sweet.
Wow.
And I did. I got the order on the house. So I'm listening between WTAM and WGN. who housed the Cubs broadcast at the time, radio broadcast. So I'm flipping between Pat Hughes and Tom Hamilton. I was ready the next day, and this is what had Cole cracking up. I was ready the next day to say, congratulations, Cleveland Indians. And I hate the Cleveland Indians.
It is bad when you will celebrate a divisional rival over another team. That is bad.
I absolutely abhor the Cleveland Indians for many, many reasons. Then it got, when Rajai Davis tied it up at 6, I'm ready to celebrate. I pulled out a couple of beers, had some and then the last out.
Was You must have thought Armageddon took place outside.
Oh, hell. I mean, I'm like,
you really must have thought Armageddon took place outside.
Listen, the Cub-pocalypse happened.
Not Cub-pocalypse.
I kept saying for years, there was a running joke, and Dietz will vouch for this because I did it on the program. What would happen if the Cubs ever won the World Series? And I kept calling it the Cub-pocalypse, and I would add stuff to it and add stuff to it. Son of a bitch if it didn't happen that night. Everybody out with their fireworks and their guns and celebrating like it's New Year's Eve.
Not Cub-pocalypse.
The Cub-pocalypse happened.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I didn't move out of the house. I didn't move for 3 days.
Yeah.
I curled up in bed in a little fetal position.
No.
And that following day, I had two game broadcasts to do. I got calls from Marquette Catholic. Are you coming up here today? I'll be up there. Did you see what happened last night? Yep. Is that why you're not moving? Yep. That's all we need to know. As long as you get here half hour before tip, you're good. Thank you.
Oh my.
They understood. Dietz understood.
Mm-hmm.
When I told him.
But the thing is, listen, okay, so
I understand.
I told Dietz
when the Mets lost to the Royals, I was rooting for the Mets.
Dietz was laughing at my ass. I get it. I told Dietz 5 days after it happened, and Dietz was laughing at my ass, and he said, "Are you going to out today?" Hell no. Hell no. All right, Dietz. I've done enough. What you got for us this morning?
Yeah, what's on your palate?
Well, before we get to the main event, because we know, I said this last week. I told Snowman this. This is the most interactive segment in all of YouTube. So the fans, you guys are going to be involved. And with that in mind, and since you guys have been talking about the Eagles podcast, I have to ask you a question based on what we talked about last week.
And that question is?
I'll start with you guys. I'll start by asking you this.
All right.
If I were to tell you this guy is a Pro Bowl cornerback, how many interceptions do you think that guy had during the season?
The Pro Bowl quarterback, probably. I don't know, maybe 7, 8 at least.
Okay. 7, 8. How many pass deflections do you think that guy would have?
Well, at least 30, I would
say.
Okay. Here's why I got so flustered last week when our boy Cool said Darius Slay was a Pro Bowler. He had 3 interceptions last year and 9 pass deflections.
Uh-huh.
This is why I said, wait, he made the Pro Bowl? Those aren't Pro Bowl stats. So, yes, he made the Pro Bowl. I can't explain to you
how.
I can't explain to you how.
How in the
hell? When I looked at his stats, I went to be like, all right, yeah, this is good. I was like, this should be good. And then I looked at it and I was like, wait, he's got 3 interceptions.
How in the blue hell?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
How?
But I just wanted to give that update because we did talk about it. It was in the chat last week, so we did have to talk about it.
And it was mentioned Tuesday when Cool was in the chat too.
Yes.
Yeah. So
he mentioned you. He was taking receipts.
Yeah.
I mean, Darius and
he was definitely looking. He was still looking.
Darius Slay had himself a day. Had himself a day on Monday night. So.
Oh yeah. Who was looking for some receipts?
Yes, he had 2 interceptions on Monday night, so he's back to the Pro Bowl, I guess.
I guess.
Oh Lord, he's 2/3 of the way there. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Playmakers with us. He said, "What's up, Sig Diggy? Look, Thursday looking great. Sorry I'm late. Thanks for having me on the show Monday, Chris. Oh man, you know what, Playmaker? We love you and all of your content, my man.
Man, you
almost
earned
well, actually, it wasn't my. I'll take the credit. I'll take the credit for it, Playmaker. But that was Rod's show. So, but yeah, I'll take any credit I can get.
Let's get to the main event.
For the main event, and for this, I've said in the comments, if you have a quarterback that you would like me to name, I will name it for. I will give you the Marvel character, but we're gonna start with the main event, the main character that we need, Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And who is the Captain America of NFL quarterbacks? Well, here we go. All right, so in order to understand this, we have to understand the character that Captain America is. So in his character development, Steve Rogers is a kid who's looked at. He's not big enough. He's not fast enough. He's not good enough to be a soldier in the military. He's not good enough. So he has to fudge his way in, get his way in, and he has to prove himself to the general, prove himself to the doctor who's going to do the experiments. Even after the experiments happen, the doctor says, the general says, no, we're not using him. Even though he just watched Steve Rogers run a car down on foot, swim faster than a submarine. No, we don't need that guy to win the war. We don't need him. Keep him on the sidelines until his mates get injured and are caught behind enemy lines. Well, Cap swoops up, grabs his shield, swoops in, saves the day. And another important event, he takes on not only Hydra and Red Skull, but he takes on the most offensive weapons that we've ever seen by use of the Tesseract. And he goes out, defeats them, all of that. So I hope all sports fans can understand where I'm going with this right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And the easiest comparison is, he played for the Patriots, so that makes him Captain America. Yeah, that would be one Thomas Brady.
Thomas Brady Jr. Yeah.
It's not because he was a Patriot. It's because of the storyline. Tom Brady was Captain America before he even got to the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
And this happened at Michigan.
Yeah, but he was beloved Michigan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lloyd Carr thought so little of Tom Brady that he brought in a failed baseball player to be the quarterback. That would be Drew Henson. He brought Drew Henson in to play quarterback
from the Yankees.
And Tom Brady
he was
did not flinch, stayed the course, played one of the best games ever in the Outback Bowl, which is why he got invited to the Combine, which is how he got drafted.
And the rest is history.
Now I brought up the General Patton part of it because that goes to Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick can be seen as the General Patton of this story. Because what a lot of people don't know about Tom Brady is Tom Brady was on the verge of getting cut. As a rookie, he was on the verge. He was the last guy on the list. And Bill Belichick was like, I don't want to carry 3 quarterbacks, so we're going to let him go and we're going to sign him to the practice squad. Well, Robert Kraft stepped in, and this was before Bill Belichick was Bill Belichick. So Bill Belichick did not have carte blanche yet. And it was probably, since it was the last cut, I'm sure Bill was like, you know what? This isn't a hill I want to die on. And Robert Kraft said, no, I like this kid. I like his fire. You're keeping him on the roster. And Bill said, okay, kept him on the roster. That's how Tom Brady made the team as a rookie. And then, of course, we all know what happens. I brought up the Captain America. He doesn't come in until his guys are behind enemy lines. Well, look what happened when Mo Lewis took out Drew Bledsoe. And
second game of his second year.
Yep.
And
I
now
remember that hit like it was
everybody
yesterday.
and their mama is saying that he is the greatest, not just quarterback, greatest football player that has ever existed on the planet Earth.
Hold up. Hold the up. I gotta do this. Hey, Bishop Bullwinkle. We get started early. Is Tom Brady the greatest football player ever?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell no. To the no, no, no.
Yeah.
There. I answered that question. Go on, Chris.
because Lawrence Taylor exists.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And when
But-
people say that,
Thank
I
you.
shake my head. I'm like,
But that
you
brings
all
me to another point which we're gonna address in the video of why Tom Brady is Captain America. Now, in Captain America's story, in Age of Ultron, Captain America, they're doing the Avengers win their thing, they're having their party at the end, and they're sitting there and everybody's trying to lift Thor's hammer. And everybody's trying to lift the hammer, and they're not like me, they're not
no one
worthy.
can.
But
They ain't
they're trying to lift the hammer, and nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. But when Cap does it, it moves a little bit. And you see it move, and Thor is like, whoa, what's going on here? And then,
yeah,
and then in Endgame,
when it's needed.
Cap is able to get Mjolnir and bring it with him, and he's able to bring it into the fight over Thanos, and he's able to summon it, and Thor's like, yes, he's able to do it. So he was able to
do it. No, I love
the way I interpret this into Tom Brady's story is that lifting of the hammer is like it is the way people view greatest players, greatest quarterbacks, greatest all of this. Because there was a time way back when, before you, I, and everybody else was around, there was a time when Johnny Unitas was football. Johnny Unitas was it. Like there was nobody was ever going to be better than Johnny Unitas. Then Joe Montana came along.
Yeah, I must say that was true for about 20 plus years. Yes,
and people said, "Whoa, this guy's up there." And there were hardliners that said, "No, he'll never be as good as Johnny Unitas. He'll never be this." And there's always that people. Joe Montana was the same way. Joe Montana is still the same way for a select few of people. And to me, I always looked at it as, all right, Tom Brady's not at Joe Montana's level. Right. So that, to me, when he was with the Patriots, Tom Brady was Tom Brady moving the hammer, but not picking it up.
Right. When
Tom Brady won with Tampa Bay as an underdog, that is when I said, all right, that was Tom Brady lifting the hammer and saying, I am worthy of this discussion. I'm worthy of being in the discussion. And to me, that's where Tom Brady picked it up and was like, all right, I'm good. I'm running with this now.
Thank you for saying it that way. So, and the worthy being discussion is cool. Being ahead of it, no. But
being ahead of it, we talk about this all the time. We talk about this all the time on my show. It's why we do the Summer of Greatness. It's why it exists.
And I love the Summer of Greatness.
It's because that you can make arguments. You can make an argument. There are arguments for Tom Brady. There are arguments against Tom Brady. There are arguments for Joe. There are arguments against Joe. It's all about criteria. It's all about the criteria you stick with. If you give me the criteria, I can go with it. If you give me carte blanche to make up my own criteria, well, I know where I'm going and I know what I put in there. And back to my story of Captain America. Again, there's a reason why I said Captain America went against the most explosive offensive weapons we've ever seen. Well, what did Tom Brady do in his first Super Bowl? He beat The greatest show on turf.
Greatest show on turf.
So again, the storylines match up, and this is what we're doing with the Marvel Cinematic Sports segment. Is we're taking all the elements of the story and putting it into the lives of these athletes that we're getting now. Tom Brady is just the first of many. So again, if you have any other quarterbacks that you want to know who they are, put them in the chat and we'll get to them. And otherwise, we'll just continue as normal, and I'll just unveil them as I do them here. But if you want to know them now early, you want to get the Cliff Notes version, I'll do that for you, because again, we are interactive and we'll let the fans drive this. But Snowman, we got college football to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Do you want to start with last week? Because last week.
I know where I'm going to start. I know where I'm going to start.
Oh, go ahead.
Because where is Adam? Adam Witten, paging Adam Witten.
See how many Troy rushes here. They have everybody back to try to knock one down. 3-man rush. Chase going to step up in the pocket. Sets. Throws high into the air. It's up for grabs. It is juggled.
Miracle on the Mountain Part 2, featuring my buddy Adam Witten, who was on the call for Learfield, for Appalachian State and Learfield. What is with Appalachian State? And I asked this. I'm gonna ask this of the chat who follow college football. I asked this of Dietz plenty of times before, and I asked this of Cole plenty of times before. What's with Appalachian State taking other colleges' money and pissing them off by winning at the same time? What is with that?
I don't think any money changed hands. I think they just played each other. Because there's no reason why Troy would.
Yeah, I know, but
so pay for that boat.
They paid Troy to come in. They paid Troy to come in, but what they're doing is just every game they've played so far has been outstanding to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even their loss to North Carolina, 2-point conversions, like 63 points each, like absolutely insane game. Then the next week they go to College Station, and it comes down to the fourth quarter.
Tell me how the hell Appalachian State gave up 63 points, and yet were within 2 yards of forcing overtime.
How they did that? How they gave up 28 points? 28 points.
28 quarter points. Listen. My wife and I watched the end of that game. We watched the end of that game because we saw what game were we watching? We were watching North Carolina State and East Carolina. And y'all know I love North Carolina. Y'all know I love the state of North Carolina. It was a Carolina type Saturday because my son was here. Both my daughters were here, or two of my daughters were here, and we were all sitting there watching East Carolina come up short, and then all of a sudden I get an alert on my phone, and I'm going, you mean Appalachian State's going to tie this game? And my wife said 2 words to me, find it. We found it. We found it. And good Grigamiggets. What a finish.
What the hell? Yeah, all of their games have been fantastic finishes, great to watch. So we'll see where that goes, but they've just been a joy to watch. But last week in college football was what last week in all of football, you could say Saturday and Sunday, it was about course correction. It was, oh, you think this team is so bad? Well, here you go. oh, you think this team is so good?
So good.
Here you go.
Here you go. Yes.
If you were coming in, and everybody was riding high on you, like the Florida Gators,
like Florida,
basically half the SEC, where everybody was just giving them all props.
Yes,
and they all pretty much did you know what on the bed. So, everything was course corrected last week, and pretty much Georgia and Alabama are pretty much just sitting there looking down at everybody like, all right, who's going to come up to our level?
Yeah. Who's going to upset the apple cart and not have this game repeat for the national championship in January?
Yeah, that's basically the only thing that happened.
Where is the national championship this year? Where's the national championship?
I believe it's in Dallas.
Oh God!
Dallas. Hold on.
I believe it's in Arlington.
Oh Jesus!
I think the Cotton Bowl is the national championship.
That housed the first one. That housed the very first one. Oh, it's in Los Angeles.
Oh, it's in SoFi.
It's a national championship. Okay,
it's in Los Angeles.
Why is it in SoFi?
Well,
if you're gonna play the national championship, play it at the Coliseum.
Well,
this is college football,
right out of my
not the NFL.
Right out of my head.
Here's the thing. So when they devised this college football playoff, they had in mind NFL stadiums hosting a national championship, which I think is absolutely
play it in the Rose Bowl. Play it in the Rose Bowl.
So you have these cities bidding for these games, and they're being played in NFL stadiums, and I'm thinking, why?
Playing in the I agree with Chris. Playing in the Rose Bowl.
That's stupid. That's like the Texas national championship. The Texas State championship being played in Dallas's stadium. Like,
and that's why last year was played in the RCA in Lucas Oil Stadium. Yeah.
And I didn't
because
even
now
realize
NFL states can bid on national championship.
I didn't realize that Indy had bid on the national championship. I had been so out of sorts. You can easily get 100,000 in the Rose Bowl, easily.
Oh, this
you can repeat. You can repeat the gate that you had in 2006. USC, Texas, anyone?
And to me, it's a better setting.
It is. It's a college setting.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand if it's a place like if it's in a place like Louisiana or if it's in a place like Atlanta. Like,
right.
I understand. Play it in the dome. Play it in the Georgia Dome. Play it in
Georgia in
the
your
Superdome.
backyard in Atlanta. You got LSU in your backyard in the Superdome.
I understand that too.
But if you're going to play it in California, why wouldn't you play it in the Rose? Why wouldn't you play it in the Rose Bowl, a stadium that's built for college?
If you can host,
I agree. A Rose Bowl, the Coliseum, I agree.
If you can host the Super Bowl in the Rose Bowl, which they have done
multiple times,
7 times, I think.
Multiple
I want to say I may be well over the number, but the next 4 national championships: Los Angeles, Houston, Atlanta, and Miami. Atlanta and Miami, I can dig. Okay, Joe Robbie Stadium, cool. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, cool. I'm gonna try to get our crew down there to make that one in Atlanta. So I'm telling y'all, be ready. I'm dreaming big, like I say at the end of my show every day. I'm tempted to go for Houston, but I don't know if my health will be 100% yet. So that's why I backed off pursuing Arizona for the Super Bowl, and we're going to. I'm telling everybody in the chat right now. I'm putting this out there. We're going to Vegas. We're going to Radio Row in Las Vegas. I'm confident in my ability that I'm going to have enough money in the till to fly Cole and his wife down. I'm going to have a great system together for folks to call in. My wife and I are going to fly down, and it's 5 times for the Rose Bowl. Thank you, Ryan. We're going to Vegas, and we're going to attack, defeat, and conquer Radio Row. Period.
If you can play it in a college stadium, they should
Rose
do
Bowl.
it. They should do it. It's a
Yes.
college. It's the college national
college
champion.
game.
It's the
If you're
collegiate
gonna-
national champion.
And if you're
you
going to
can
have
do
it
it
in
in a college
Texas,
stadium, do it.
if you're going to have it in Texas, you could play it at Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium in Austin.
Mhm.
No, play it in the Cotton
on
Bowl.
the college campus.
But
Play it
if
in
they're
the
going to play it in
Play it in the
Texas,
Cotton
it's
Bowl.
either going to be in yeah, but
Where-
yeah.
Well, the
where-
Cotton
where
Bowl,
you-
yeah, Cotton Bowl would be better.
Now they
Cotton
moved
Bowl
the
would be
Cotton Bowl
better.
into Jerry World. So yeah, if it's going to be a big time game that's going to be played college wise in Texas, it's going to be in the Energy Field, Energy Stadium in Houston, or Jerry World in Arlington.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? Break up the turf at the Astrodome, put in some new turf, and host it at the Astrodome.
I'm with that.
They could host it at the Astrodome.
I'm with that.
And
Going on 25 years, they don't know what the heck they're going to
Listen,
do.
I don't
with that
know.
place.
Listen, Cole, you're gonna hate my next statement, but FNRG Stadium, they can have it at the Astrodome.
I
And
don't
be
hate
done.
that. Oh, I'll admit this. I've been to both places. NRG Stadium is a better in terms of atmosphere. It's a better atmosphere to watch a game.
Right.
But
because it's got all the new amenities.
Yeah,
it's got all the new
cultural
amenities.
malls, right?
It's a shopping mall within a stadium.
Right. But
you want to do it old school? Do it at the
Right.
Astrodome.
But Astrodome wasn't bad. I mean,
It just wasn't
bad at
updated.
all.
It
Yeah,
just wasn't updated.
So it's a good place to see.
Damn
the
you,
big
Bud
stage
Adams.
Yeah.
I will repeat a statement I know Cole has said 100,000 times. Damn you, Bud Adams.
Greedy mother.
Yeah, thank you. 2 minutes after the hour. We got Deets here on the program. With this, we'll do our reset.
Where's the chat? Guys, bring me a quarterback. Bring me a quarterback.
They're quiet. I don't know why they're quiet this morning.
Okay. Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
Lamar Jackson. Now, you guys are gonna think I'm taking the easy route with this one, but I'm not.
Go for it.
Lamar Jackson is the Black Panther of the NFL. And the reason
that's easy.
The one reason why he's the Black Panther is because of the way I feel about Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched that movie, I didn't understand. I did not understand the hype surrounding Black Panther because I thought the movie was terrible. and the character was so much better in Civil War than he was in his own movie that's why I put it down. When I look at Lamar Jackson, the reason he won his MVP, which should have gone to Russell Wilson that year, it went to Lamar Jackson because of the hype. Yeah. Because he's been hyped. He's been hyped up all his career. And so that's why I say that. All right. We got Josh Allen. Josh Allen's an interesting one. So McCoffee, listen up to this one. All right. So Josh Allen is just a kid from Wyoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a kid from Wyoming, mild-mannered, like small little kid. You know, he's just a kid from Wyoming.
Yeah,
however,
Cali, but
when he gets on, no, he went to
school in Wyoming, yes, but he's a Cali kid.
He's just that guy. But then when he gets on the field, all of a sudden, he's the leading rusher for his team. He's got the most monstrous arm that you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who does that remind you of in the MCU? Who is the MCU's monster?
Oh, Hulk.
Yeah,
the Hulk.
He's the Hulk. Josh Allen is the Hulk because he has the most monstrous arm.
A couple.
Right,
we got a few more. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence.
I actually do have Trevor Lawrence on my
list. He's Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Trevor Lawrence.
My bad.
It's a close one between Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert for this guy, but because of the way that they act and the way that they react to stuff, I go, he's Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. He's just kind of there. He kind of leads his team. He's kind of a goofy guy.
Not kind of.
And he kind of wears his emotions on his shoulders. That's Star-Lord. And that's Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is not the guy who's going to take over. He's kind of the guy who goes in. I don't think he goes in with a plan. He just goes in and does whatever he wants. So that's where that's where I'm going.
We got a Hall of Famer vote in Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner. So I did do my Hall of Fame guys. I did do one of them, and Kurt Warner. You know who Kurt Warner is Hawkeye.
Okay, I can see that.
And the reason he's Hawkeye is when Hawkeye first came out, nobody even cared about him.
Right.
Nobody even cared about him. And the same thing with Kurt Warner. When Kurt Warner was there, they're like, whatever. Like you're just the guy. Then Trent Green goes down, and we see all that. And
there you go.
I like this question from Sick Diggy, so I'm gonna steal it. So is there a QB that is an MCU villain? Absolutely, there are villains. There are multiple ones, and I'll go with the first one. Well, Thanos, the best villain the MCU has
ever had. Yeah.
Well, he's a guy. He's just out to conquer. He's out to do the right thing. Well, how about, are you entertained? It's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins he's as villainous as you can get, and not to mention it fits on the other end because what is Thanos? He's purple. What does Kirk Cousins wear? Vikings purple.
Thanos should leap. Thanos should leap down. Thanos should leap off the screen. He should leap off the page and beat Kirk Cousins down.
How about Gardner Minshew? Now that we're getting a couple of them,
tough because Gardner Minshew is a backup. He's a backup quarterback.
Loki.
So the way I
what did you say, Cole?
Loki.
No, Loki. I can give you a better Loki, and he proved himself as Loki on Sunday. Yeah, my Loki proved himself on Sunday, but let me get Gardner Minshew because he's a backup quarterback. I'm going with War Machine, and for everybody that doesn't know, that's Terrence Howard was the original War Machine. But yeah, he's basically Tony Stark's backup.
See, y'all. See, now we're getting the chat into this, and I love it. How about Drew Brees?
Drew Brees is Doctor Strange.
I'm with that play
because Doctor Strange was a world-class surgeon. World-class. He was already a world-class guy, just like Drew Brees was a world-class guy until what happened to him? He got injured. What happened to Doctor Strange? He got in a car accident, lost the use of his hands, didn't know, had to go all the way to Comitage to get his feeling back. Well, Drew Brees had to go all the way to New Orleans.
Can I suggest? Can I do just like a player, not necessarily a quarterback? Yeah. And see, George Kittle. Give me one for George Kittle.
George Kittle. We haven't seen him yet, but we know he's coming. If I were to tell you anybody who's George Kittle, he'd be Juggernaut.
I'm surprised they go draft.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I mean, we did see Juggernaut in Deadpool. We haven't seen him in the MCU, but we did see him in Deadpool. So it does count.
I love it. I think I have that sound. Hold on,
Cole. Back to your Loki point. Let me give you my version of Loki, and you tell me if this is more on point. Jameis Winston. Why? What is Loki? What is Loki known for? He is the king of chaos. There's nobody who brings up more chaos than Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When he throws the ball, you don't know who's catching it.
Just ask
and you don't know if you're gonna have a game where he actually looks
he's
like he's a NFL
making-
quality quarterback,
where he
looks like he's going to throw 4 or 5 interceptions in the game.
where he
looks like an NFL quarterback for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden starts throwing picks
1,
left
2,
and right,
3
and pick six
in a quarter.
Yep. Tampa Bay against Houston 3 years ago.
And Tampa Bay,
what did you say, Deets? What did you say for George Kittle?
I said juggernaut.
The juggernaut, bitch.
There.
Yes.
There. It took me a while to find that sound, but that is definitely.
You think
I got one for you.
To the Hawk, Ben Roethlisberger's on my QB grades list, but that's the easiest. That's the easiest comparison you can get. Ben Roethlisberger's the biggest quarterback we've ever seen.
Right.
He's the Hulk. He's the Incredible Hulk. He's just absolutely dominating over every other person that ever played that position.
All right, here you go. Y'all want to know why?
Ben Roethlisberger
Deets called George Kittle
Juggernaut.
the Juggernaut.
Oh, it's because he ran over the New Orleans Saints.
He'd have just run over him.
Climbed it.
He ran through
my
him.
head. You mean this play right here?
He ran over, by, and through.
Garoppolo fires and is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle.
By him.
And the stiff arm.
Boom.
George Kittle. Flag fly.
Over.
What a run by George Kittle.
How you drag 3 people
And he got
at the same time?
Wait, just a minute.
And one of them pulling the face mask.
Let's look at that again.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is
There
Kittle.
he goes.
With a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flag fly. He's down to the
All right.
30.
Here's what makes this amazing.
Wasn't
They
it
had pulling
wasn't
his
it
face mask
earlier
for
in that
15
game
years.
where they had the perfect
helmet
person?
off? They had the perfect person calling that
15 to
game.
20 yards, and Kittle was still moving.
And they had the perfect person, Kevin Burkhardt, who did the call for Fox Sports.
Yeah,
they had the perfect person calling that. I have Greg Papa's call, but I have to sync it. I gotta find a way to sync it. Oh boy, here you go, Chris. Here's your challenge of the day, right there.
Jimmy G again. Jimmy G was not a starter when I was doing these, so he
is now. Damn it,
he is now, and I do have to think of it. I kind of want to replace. There's some guys that I want to replace that I just can't yet.
Okay.
So I do have to wait. I do have to look at Jimmy G, and I do have to look deep down the list. But I want to go back to something in the chat where they were talking about Pat Mahomes.
The Hawk TV says no. Marshawn Lynch is the Hulk, y'all.
Oh, of course. When you talk running backs, there's no question Marshawn Lynch is definitely he's definitely able to Hulk out.
I challenge that.
No, because you have to have a guy who's mild.
You
have to have a guy who's mild mannered as their regular, and then just all of a sudden goes beast. I mean, who goes beast mode more than beast mode?
Roger Craig. Roger
Craig wasn't known as a beast.
Not like that.
Okay.
He did do beast mode, but not quite like that.
Yeah,
okay.
It wasn't just all of a sudden.
Here you go.
Lynch went beast mode.
From Mr. McCoffey, Patrick Mahomes.
Gambit, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes. All right. So here's the deal with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, his father, Pat Mahomes, was a great was not great baseball player, but he was a good baseball player.
He was a good pitcher.
You know, made it to majors. He pitched on a lot of decent teams. He pitched on a lot of garbage teams, but that being said, he knew Patrick would be better than he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
He knew that. Now, because of that I use that as my thesis to get Patrick Mahomes is Iron Man. Because if you go to the origin story of Iron Man in Iron Man 2, he watches the video and the father says, Tony, I know you're going to be better than I am, so you can use this to do the things that I need to do. And that's why I have Pat Mahomes as Iron Man. And there were a lot of inklings where they put.
Which one would be Wolverine? Which one would be Wolverine?
Again, haven't seen him in the MCU yet. I mean, we've had some inklings of him, but we're supposed to see him coming up. Wolverine would be an interesting discussion because it's got to be somebody who's durable.
Yeah,
it's got to be somebody who's been durable and kind of, because that's what Wolverine's power is. A lot of people think it's the claws.
Mahomes is wearing the colors of Iron Man. Yeah,
okay, so true. All right, so this is a no debater. Aaron Rodgers, he's Ultron.
No.
Yes, Ultron.
No.
Because he has the illusion of power. He's absolutely grandiose in his thought process.
No. You're right about that. You're wrong about the character.
Who's the character?
Think about what everybody tells you about Aaron Rodgers. He's the best on the run. He throws the ball the best. He's got the best arm. He's got the best this.
Which he doesn't. Okay. Who's your character?
It doesn't matter if he does or not. This is what everybody tells us. This is exactly what we were told. This is exactly what we were told about Captain Marvel. Aaron Rodgers is the Captain Marvel of the NFL because
no. Because you have
to give Aaron Rodgers.
You have a positive. You have some
to
positive.
Give Aaron Rodgers a character at all?
No.
You
have some positive feelings about Captain Marvel. Although yes, there's a lot of negativity surrounding them.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel is not nearly as delusional as Ultron, and Aaron Rodgers is the most delusional football player I have seen in the last 15 years, and there is not a question as to
if you have to watch. If you watch the first 2 minutes of Miss Marvel, you'll see how delusional the MCU is about Captain Marvel. They try to tell you she's the best. She did everything. She took Thanos. Thanos to the world. No, Thanos punched him back. It's the same thing people try to tell you about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, he's the best. He's done this. No, whenever he gets into a playoff game, he gets smacked.
See, that's the thing.
He gets smacked down.
You're awarding that to him because of perception. Nah.
Yes.
I'm dealing with just character trait only. Character trait only. Most delusional guy I've seen in the NFL in 15 years.
No.
Like a mother.
Oh no! Hawk TV says Aaron Rodgers is Vision Cole.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna compliment Aaron Rodgers like that. Hawk TV. No,
me
sir.
neither.
No, sir. No, sir.
No,
not
Vision is the most. Vision is the most worthy of any of the characters.
Right? No. That's an insult to Vision. No.
Wow.
No.
I love it. They
brought up Spider-Man. They brought up Spider-Man.
They said
we brought up in the chat.
They compare Patrick Mahomes to Spider-Man.
You got to compare. You got to remember who Spider-Man is, especially in the MCU. In the MCU, he's a young, up and coming. He's the young up and comer. He's not the Spider-Man from the comics. He's a high school kid. So you got to go with somebody young. That's why I went with Joe Burrow.
Okay,
makes sense.
Speaking of Spider-Man, anybody remember this?
Yes. Spider-Man cartoon.
And I think Cole has dipped for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, Cole. I had to play this. Since we're talking about Spider-Man and I grew up on this cartoon, I had to play this. And now Wise has returned. What about Phil Simms?
What about
Phil Simms?
Phil Simms would be a guy who's right there, who's almost into it. But we talk about how great Phil Simms is, and but he just didn't have. Everybody talks about should he be in the Hall of Fame? He's right on the edge of the Hall of Fame. He's a guy. He's one of those guys that, when I think of the Hall of Fame, I think of if I can put you in without a thought, you're in.
Right.
If I have to think about it and create a reason for you, you're not. You're not in. That's where Phil Simms comes in.
Okay.
So as far as an MCU character, it would have to be somebody who's almost in, but not really, and we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them yet. think of him as it's a tough one, but it would be Essex, Mr. Essex, because we've been taught, we've been teased about him, and he's never shown up, and that's kind of the way Phil Simms is. He's right there, but he's not really in it yet. Ooh, I like this one, Jalen Hurts.
One more before we go to break. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is Falcon.
Really?
Falcon is a guy. He's new to getting the Captain America. He's new to getting the shield. He's new to have, we don't know much about Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
We know the very little bits and pieces, but we don't know about his backstory up to it. We don't know what he's going to be going forward. Therefore, that's why I have that. Russell Wilson. Okay. Russell Wilson is a good one. You think about what Russell Wilson does best. Russell Wilson is whatever you need him to be. He's everything. If you need him to run around, he runs around. If you need him to stay in the pocket and throw, he's in the pocket and throws. And he kind of hides back there in the pocket. He kind of hides when he's in there. And then he comes out and he just goes nuts on you. Well, who does that in the MCU? Black Widow.
There was a video game called Black Widow once upon a time. I remember playing it one weekend while I had a weekend off while working at a Mall of America in Minnesota. All right, we're due for a break, but Chris Dietz with
this is why I love these segments. And Snowman, I can't wait for the NBA season to start, and I can't wait to do this for the NBA. The NBA, as I said last week, the NBA one is even more. It's even more. You'll know them as soon as you say the character. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's very
you
good.
teased this a few years ago when we covered the 2019 NBA World Championship Series with Golden State and Toronto, and that was fun. That was fun to do. All right, we're due for a break, but Chris Dietz joins us every Thursday morning. What's a position next week we're going to look at with cartoon characters?
What position? You can do this with every position, and it would be so much fun. That's why we're trying to do this. That's why I know he left, but I need to get together with Cole because I need to learn how to do voiceovers.
Oh, that's no. Oh, I can tell you. I can teach you how to do voiceovers.
Because I need to put. What I need to do is put the picture up. Put a picture of Captain America. Tell the story of Captain America. Then put the picture of Tom Brady up and tell the story of Tom Brady.
Right.
So people are looking at who I'm talking about and not just looking at my lovely mug.
Oh, that's no problem. We can.
No. Once I get that, I can bust all of these out. Once I learn how to do that.
We will do that. We will definitely do that. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate the time.
Man.
We had a great time. Thank you. Oh, Lordy. What a segment. He said it was interactive, and it was definitely interactive. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets. Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It is indeed Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, YSL Hefe pinch hitting. And we got Clark Monroe on the way, and guessing that the Hawk TV is a fan of the Washington Redskins. Hawk, this is for you.
Hail to the Redskins, hail victory. Praise on the warpath, fight for all the seen. Run a passion score, we won a lot more. Beat them, swamp them, touch them at the point score. Fight on, till you have won. Sons of Washington, rock, rock, rock. Hail to the Redskins, hail victory.
You're welcome, Hawk. You are welcome. I just cannot call them the Commanders. I can't. Because growing up, when I first got into football, they were the Washington Redskins. So if you want to claim something as offensive, why they wait till basically now to do this? Because I grew up, it was the Eagles, it was the Giants, it was the Redskins. That's it. Can't go any other way. Hawk, I figured you'd appreciate this.
He's the only one that appreciates it.
Be nice.
I'm gonna have to smoke me a fat one after listening to that.
Why?
Because it's the Redskins.
Thank you.
I could care less. No, I don't care. I mean, but I'm just
I'm just thinking in terms of a
I wanted to
fan.
barf in my mouth listening to that song.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because it's the Redskins. Same thing with the Cowboys. Same thing with the Eagles. I'm not.
Okay, I won't make you barf in your mouth.
It's Eagles. Come on. See, A Pizzle feel me. You feel me, A Pizzle, right? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes.
Hey, Pizzle, you keep out of this.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. But yeah, I don't want to hear that. I understand why you did, because you want to make a fan feel good, but
that's the only reason why I did it.
I could care less.
Yeah. I've heard that lie before.
I could care less.
Now, what if I drum up the Giants fight song?
I don't care either. I don't know.
Why?
Because
Why?
Fight songs ain't nothing to me. They got to come and do it on the. They can play all the fight songs they want. If they're not doing it on the field, I don't care.
What has gotten into you this morning?
Nothing got into me.
I do one thing, and all of a sudden, there's steam. Wait a minute. I do one thing. I do one thing, and all of a sudden, and I mean this kiddingly, of course, there's steam coming out of your ears. Your glasses are fogging up. I mean, it's like that shot that I accidentally got of you when we came back from a break.
I shouldn't have to be subjected to this. That's like me subjecting you to some Cub stuff.
No. I got one better. Wise. I got one better. That's like all of us being subjected to the blankety blank Brownie the Elf.
Oh my God. That right there.
How's that?
That made me want to throw up. That right there was just disgusting. Like, it just looked like a big turd on the field.
There was a lot of cussing. Yes, there was.
There's a big turd on the field.
There was indeed a lot of cussing.
Yeah.
Because my wife looked at it and we thought, what the hell was that? And that's the nice version.
Crap. It was straight crap.
It was.
It was garbage.
Because I'm used to them putting the helmet in the middle, and that's how you identify Cleveland Browns.
That's what they should have done. They should
exactly.
But I guess because the organization is ran like shit.
Yep. They put a piece of shit in the middle of the field.
They put the symbol on the field.
Yes. Because and to think it covers about 20 yards. 10 yards going across and 10 yards going up and down. Okay.
It was a huge turd.
Why? Wait. Why that?
And then the Browns went and
choked
on that turd.
Yep. I mean, they saw. I mean, I can't get
choked on that turd. Yes.
We watched the end of that game.
Big shout out to the Jets because they're not getting credit because they did.
They came back.
They came and did what they were supposed to. Yeah, they came back and do.
And
how do you allow Corey Davis open so wide open? I don't know. And then how do you get? Yeah, he was wide open. He was like
nobody.
It was no one there.
Listen, it's like a friend of mine said a long time ago. Browns are gonna brown. How true is that? And Sunday provided a perfect example. I mean, I didn't want to pick the Cleveland Carolina game because I don't care about either team. And I lived in Carolina. I didn't want to pick the Jets and the Browns, but if I had to pick the lesser two evils, I picked the Jets. That was my original pick. I picked the Jets. And speaking of which, we're going to have our picks tomorrow. Speaking of the Browns, a little Thursday night football preview, and I'm gonna keep this to 30 seconds. Tonight, it's the Jets and the Browns, and my next two words are, who cares?
Today's who?
It's the Steelers and the Browns.
Oh.
And my next two words are, who cares? And this is for you, Victor. It's in Cleveland. Now, I'm sorry I made you barf up in your mouth. But that thing on the Cleveland Stadium turf made all of us barf. That thing on the Cleveland Stadium turf, that I don't even want to say his name again.
That turd.
That turd on the turf. There you go. That turd on the turf. No. Can't do it. Can't do it. You know what? You want to hear something funny? I'm having an exchange right now with a quote unquote podcast promoter.
Oh, I just
Wanna-
block them. I just block them.
Huh?
If they get annoying, I just block them.
Mm-hmm. They beg. They're begging me.
Like, I don't know. No,
It's like Chris Bay said. These hooker whores.
Yes, hooker whores.
These
Hooker
podcast promoters are hooker whores.
Yeah, they are.
That's all I gotta say. These podcast promoters are hooker whores. Okay? Because they want to steal your money and not give you anything in return.
Yeah,
Bitter truth show in the house. Stop picking on my Browns. No. Until they do something of significance, which they haven't done since 1986 or 1989. That was the last time they went to the AFC Championship game. I'm not having it. Speaking of which, let's go north of the border to Saskatchewan. Sporting the Toronto Blue Jays hat. It's Clark Monroe in the house with God's team on his mug, the Regina Pats, joining us. I see. I pay attention to Rod Peterson and company. Good morning, Clark. How are you, buddy?
Morning, gentlemen. How are you doing? I'm doing great. It's getting to a point now, Brian, though. This is my typical spot I join you at every morning.
That's
out
great.
in my backyard. It's getting a little cold.
So that spot's gonna change, right?
Yeah, I might have to head indoors pretty soon. It's getting it's not like it's still tolerable, and I still probably have a few weeks of decent mornings, but it's getting a little brisk in the morning.
But you are north of the border in Saskatchewan, and that has to change quick. Let me welcome the Strikeout Beer Podcast. Great show. They're joining us this morning. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Joining us, Ryan McCarthy says, "What's up, producer Clark?" Let's get right to
Ryan.
it. 3 games on the docket beginning Friday. It's the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Montreal Alouettes basically fighting for their lives as we start week 16.
Yeah, you know what? The CFL is getting to a point now. I mean, everybody's played about, 13, 14 games now in an 18-game schedule. And it's kind of it's go time, honestly. For Montreal and Hamilton, they're fighting for that second spot in the East, and that's a very important spot. Because it basically gives you a home playoff game, and it's very important in the CFL, especially in certain markets that sometimes have maybe not so good crowds all season long. To get that extra playoff game at home is very important for revenue's sake. So Montreal 5-7 right now. Hamilton 4-9. Hamilton's coming off a bye week. Montreal's coming off a bye week. And they're at home. So you have to think that they have a big advantage on this one. Hamilton's coming off a big, I can't say that enough times. A big win against Winnipeg last week, the best team in the league.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say Hamilton's probably coming off with some good momentum right now. 48-31. They beat the best team in the league, back-to-back
best
champions.
team in the league, and hung 48 points on them.
Yeah, they smacked them in the mouth.
And that was at Tim Hortons Field. I watched that.
Yeah.
I watched that, and it's like Hamilton got off to a fast start, and they need to do it again against Montreal.
Absolutely, and I think that they definitely have some momentum right now, so they need to keep it going. This is the time where you put the pedal to the metal and you just keep going. So if they can maybe start doing that, then they're looking good in the East. But yeah, Hamilton. They're 4-9 right now. Obviously, that doesn't sound like a playoff team, so they need to put some wins together. We do see teams making the playoffs in the CFL with losing records. It happens almost every year. That's what happens when 6 of the 9 teams make the playoffs. But it'll be really interesting. I think they need to prove a lot, and I think Dane Evans, as long as he can stay healthy, he has a lot to prove because he's kind of been that next guy in Hamilton for a few years. This year hasn't gone his way, but I know that he's a prideful quarterback, and I think he's going to want to show what he can do the rest of the way. So it should be a fun game on Friday.
Saturday, first one's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The Argonauts and the Ottawa Red Blacks, and I've talked about this often, with Toronto finally seizing control of the East Division. You know my next two words: trap game for Toronto.
It is a trap game, and again, we talk about this. I think we talked about this maybe last week or the week before, whenever it was. Ottawa's at home, and what does Ottawa do at home? They lose. They're 0-6 at home. They're 3-3 on the road. So Ottawa, I'm kind of rooting for Ottawa here. I want them to give their fans a win. Their fans, it's a great fan base. They're very passionate over there, and it's a great atmosphere. So I'm hoping that they can put a win in front of their fans this season, and this would be a good time to do it against their real big rivals, Toronto. Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, they're also coming off a bye week. So and I guess Ottawa is as well. So I mean, there's not any advantages or disadvantages. I think this is one of those games where each team is probably going to be about as healthy as they can be. Just go out there and play some football and don't think too much and have some fun with it. And head coach Paul Lapalisse for the Red Blacks here, I think he just needs to go out there and show that this team's got some fight left in them. They got that dog in them, Brian. So this is a good opportunity for them to show that. They don't have many chances left in this season, and it's kind of gone away from them. So now's the time. They need to get it. They need to get it together.
All right, one more. 10 o'clock kickoff Eastern time at the Loud House called BC Stadium. It's the Calgary Stampeders and the BC Lions, and after the big win last weekend for BC in overtime to stop the Stampeders to seize control of second place in the West, this could lengthen the lead for BC, and it seems like Vernon Adams is figuring out the BC offense.
Yeah, he's a quick learner. I mean, listen, Vernon Adams has been around the league, right? He's been on several teams already, so he's already shown that he can be a quick learner. But this is a big swing game right now because, like you said, last week in overtime, BC won 31-29, snuck one out, and that put them ahead of Calgary in the standings. Now, BC's played one fewer game as well, so that's real. That bodes well for them. They have more chances to win more games. They're 9-3. Calgary's 8-5. So if BC wins this one, that's going to put them 2 full wins above Calgary. And that just puts a lot of pressure on Calgary because the rest of the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think they play Saskatchewan a few times.
Yes.
Saskatchewan's nipping at their heels. So if they're going to be sitting at 8 wins and Saskatchewan's at 6 wins, you never know what could happen the rest of the way. Like, again, if I'm not mistaken, I know Saskatchewan plays Winnipeg next week. And then Hamilton, but I think they play the Stampeders. Yeah, there's a Stampeders game and there's a Stampeders game. The last 2 games of the year. So if they're only have 2 wins up on Saskatchewan in the last 2 weeks of the season, that puts a lot of pressure on those 2 games for Calgary to maybe be able to get that 3rd spot in the West. So it's going to be a big one for Calgary. They need to win this one. And I know every week is at this point, especially every week is a must win. But this is a big one because it's against BC and because of how Saskatchewan's been playing, but also the remainder of the schedule. So keep an eye on this one. This is 100% the game of the week this week.
It really is. And we got a question from the chat. It's for producer Clark. If the Rough Riders don't win the Grey Cup or they perform poorly in the playoffs, is this Craig Dickinson's final season as head coach?
Yeah, if you talk to any fan, they'll tell you that it is. But I know that this football staff, this operation staff, they do things a little differently. And I don't think they listen to the fans a whole lot in terms of what they do with hiring and firing. Craig Reynolds is running the ship over there, and he puts his eggs in baskets, and he doesn't like to give it up. So Jeremy O'Day's been the GM for a long time. Him and Craig Dickinson are longtime friends. Not that he isn't able to make a tough decision. I've known Jeremy for a long time. I actually worked with him about a decade ago when I got a chance to work with the Rough Riders. And our good friend Craig Smith, I don't know if you've talked to Craig Smith recently. You should get him on the show, Brian. He's back and he's raring to go.
I'd love to have him. I would love to have him.
I'll get him your information because he'd do great on the show. But
I'd love to have him.
me and Craig work side by side in terms of offices. We were next door, and I know Jeremy was just he was a young GM at the time, and he was learning the way that at that point. But I know that he can make a tough decision. All this to say that. And Craig Dickinson's seat is super hot right now. Like it's the tensions in this province are high. And I know that a lot of people are very disappointed with how the season has gone so far. And I think that includes Craig Dickinson. I don't think he's happy with how it's gone. And that's his quote coming out of last game is, we're just not a very good football team right now. Like he straight up said it. And he's a very honest coach. It sounds like there might be a little bit of a riff with some of the players in the locker room. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not going to try to spread a whole bunch of speculation here, but I don't think everybody's clicking on the same page, and it kind of shows on the field where it just seems like, every game's a little bit different. There's different inconsistencies every game, and unless they figure some of that out the rest of the way, I definitely think that this would be a season we could definitely see some changes with the Rough Riders. And I'm not even talking about just in the coaching staff. I know Ryan's question was directly about Craig Dickinson's final season as head coach. It might be the general manager who's on the way out. It might be the team president who's on the way out. It's hard to say, but we'll have to see. It's going to be a very interesting offseason in this province, I think, either way.
That's producer Clark talking week 16 in the CFL. Next week, we're going to dive into the NHL as well and have a lot of fun. Do some division previews and some team previews. We'll begin all that next week. Thank you, producer Clark. Love you, buddy. And also get me Justin Dunk. I'd love to have him on the program also.
I got you. I get you.
All
I'll
right.
get you him.
I appreciate it. Thank
All
you, sir. That's producer Clark in the house with us. Wise El Jefe returns. And I'm going to do something I've done a couple times before, but Bitter Truth Show made a request of me, and I'm going to honor it. Hey, Bitter Truth, since you're a big Browns fan, get up here. Links in the chat, and we'll just leave this to the fan. We'll leave this to the fan chat for the remainder of the program. Let's have some fun. Let's get the fans up here. The link's in the chat. If you want to join us for the remaining time that we have left, you are welcome to click the link and join us. All we ask is that you keep it clean. That's all we ask. All we ask is that you keep it clean.
Y'all know how we roll. We know how we do this show. We're here to have a good time. We're not here to make it negative or anything like that. We're all having a good time. So everybody in the chat there, y'all know who you are. Y'all always welcome up here. We love you guys. Victor's in the house.
Victor, Victor has hair now. What's up with that, man?
Haven't had a chance to get it cut. Haven't had a chance to get it cut off yet.
Okay. Now we got Bitter Truth Show on the walk.
And I'm doing my morning walk.
I get to pick on him now in person. I mean, Brownie the Elf is not a legend. Okay, can we start there?
He's a Browns legend.
Why? No, Bernie Kosar is a Browns legend. Reggie Langhorne is a Browns legend. Brownie the Elf ain't.
As players, yes, but as a mascot, Brownie the Elf is a Browns legend. But he wound up because he's the first ever mascot that the team has ever had.
And
the reason why they stopped using him, they stopped using him was because of what happened between Paul Brown and Art Modell.
Really?
You notice the Browns do not have a logo because the team is named after Paul Brown. The former coach and owner, just like the Bengals. Like you see the Bengals, of course, they have logos, but the Browns logo wound up changing to the dogs, like the Browns, like the dog pound. Wolf, right, because of Hanford Dixon back when he was playing. So because he was working and everything.
29.
Exactly. So it switched over to the dogs, the dog pound, because the elf, it just wasn't intimidating.
Right.
It almost seemed just like the swashbuckler for Tampa Bay, their old logo, where the guys winking and everything, looking like he might.
That was orange as hell. Okay.
Right.
Those creamsicle jerseys.
Creamsicles, yep.
Right. He looked like he might swashbuckle you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It seems that way, man. So I picked on Bitter Truth Show saying the Browns hadn't done anything significant since '86 or '89 when they last went to the AFC Championship game, and I made sure I specifically said AFC Championship. Yes, they went to the playoffs 2 years ago. Yes, they beat the hell out of Pittsburgh. Who was there to see it?
Who was there? It happened in Pittsburgh. Everybody saw it.
Like I said, who was there to see it in person?
As far as like who actually went to the stadium and watched it, that was the Cleveland Browns fan. Well, at the time, I was in Atlanta, so.
Oh, there you go.
Right, I'm here, but I've been a Browns fan.
Where are you living now?
Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, you're still in Atlanta? Have you had a chance to see Mercedes-Benz Stadium yet?
Of course.
Have you been in there?
I have not been in there. At the time, I was working.
It's a beautiful stadium.
I want to see it when it opens. I want to see it when the roof opens. I want to be in there in the press box when the roof opens, man.
I was actually there for a convention. I had a great time, man. It's a beautiful arena.
Yeah, I love Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I can't wait till they do the Final Four at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Latina and Callie joining us at the tail end of the program. Good morning to you. Well, just wanted to get yes, Victor.
Why does Wise get angry with me every time I put a comment up dealing with you know who? Or maybe
because he's wise. He's wise. That's why.
Victor, because it's not Wednesday, Victor.
Well, also there's also the mummified individual in Chicago.
Oh man!
Oh, yeah,
Sick Diggy in the house with us, joining us from Norway. Good morning, sir.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me give myself an intro here. I know I can't do Cole's voice, but now coming to bat, the illegally designated but legally undesignated hitter, number 00, Sick Diggy. and before Chris Bays is about to go, wait. Let's see what this guy can do. Let's see what this guy can do. Come on, Sick, let's see what you can do. You can't say way to go for me just yet. Just go like, wait, let's see what we can do. But anyway, hey, I just wanted to ask producer Clark earlier a question. He was talking about it getting brisk in Saskatchewan, right? I'm like, brother, have you been to Scandinavia? It's getting pretty brisk over here.
Yeah, and it's gonna get brisk
than you are, sunshine.
It's gonna get brisk.
I'm not being shade on anybody.
It's gonna get brisk tomorrow night. I know that when I'm up in the booth.
So it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, they better turn the heat on in the booth tomorrow. I got to share a story that
I need portable here too, just in case.
I got to share a story from Linwood that Victor and I went through.
Oh boy.
I got a couple. I'm gonna share a couple stories before we get out of here.
Okay.
There was one Saturday. I take that back. There was one Saturday where it was like 80 degrees all day. It was 80 degrees all day. And we were fine. Had shorts and everything. We got through 6 games, no temperature change whatsoever. Not even with the sun fading. No temperature change. We get to the 7th game, and the first pitch of the 7th game, all we feel is this breeze, and the temperature dropped about 25 degrees.
Like literally, all you heard was the ball hit the glove, and this breeze just blows through everybody. It's like, what happened?
I'm like, what the hell is that? I got up and decided to run to my car. My boss chased me down on his tractor. Fran said, where are you going? I'm cold and I need my blanket now. And he said, all right, just make sure it doesn't take too long. And I was heavier back then. I ran like hell.
Oh my God.
To my car. I made tracks, okay? To my car and back, wrapped myself up in my blanket, got through that game, made sure I got paid, and then left. I said, the hell with this. I'm going home.
Brian, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
When you ran, was it like Albert Bell with the bad hip, or was it more like Tony Gwynn when he was like 330?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Ooh.
Because I had a bad hip at the time because I was heavy, and Albert Bell didn't have a doggone thing on me when I tried to run to the car.
Well, he had to retire because of an arthritic hip, because that arthritic hip.
That arthritic hip killed him. And I love watching Albert Bell.
Yeah,
I love watching Albert Bell.
But I'll say this.
Crazy Albert Bell.
I will say this. Growing up in the Middle East, my dad, first thing he would do is get the morning paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure, before he left home, he went to work, he got get the morning paper, and he get a copy from my mom. And my mom would read it, and the first thing she would check was, because we were in the Middle East, she checked the prayer times, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Check the weather reports. So she would know, okay, we're going to need to have our jacket. That's why my mother and my father always told me, if you ever leave the house, always have a jacket with you or a coat just in case.
Yep.
Always. To this day, before I even leave the house, I always check the weather report app on my phone to make sure what's the temperature be like.
Same. I do the same, especially when I go on when I go on assignment. Especially when I go on assignment, because that's one of the things I do in my opening is give the time and temperature at kickoff or at first pitch or whatever the heck it is. That's one thing I know I do. Do me a favor, folks. If you can, please support the show via Cash App. The tag you need is $ Tallman Dr. K50. We got a lot of stuff to do. And a short time to do it. So if y'all can show some support via Cash App, or if you could become a patron, patreon.com/SIT morning. I did that in the early part of the show. Andrew is here with us. Good morning, Andrew.
Morning, Snowman, and everyone else. Hope y'all doing good.
Are you awake yet?
Morning.
Are you awake yet, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been awake for 2 hours.
Okay, there you go. Spent your 2 hours with us.
What's on your
mind, What's on your mind, Andrew?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron who?
Listen, Aaron Judge. Because no one's making a big deal that my man is gonna break Roger Maris's record.
Yes.
He didn't hit one yesterday. My man Gleyber Torres hit 2.
In one inning.
Yes.
In one inning.
Gleyber Torres hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. My rookie Carrera, he hit a grand slam, but no one is talking about 61 because of the whole nonsense with Bonds and is it the right mark? Or listen, to me, just hitting the 60 home runs is
absurd.
Amazing. Saying
very much absurd. It's
do it
crazy.
the way he's doing it clean, where he is. It looks like he's going to win the Triple Crown after hitting 2 doubles yesterday.
I hope he does.
I hope he does. This is the last person who did it is Miggy, but with the numbers that Judge is hitting, people keep saying Ohtani. Yes, Ohtani's having a great year.
Ohtani is the best player. Judge is the MVP.
Yes, because
agreed.
The Angels are not making the playoffs.
Nope. And they're not going
MVP should be someone who's showing value to his team.
And
Aaron Judge has carried the Yankees on his back.
And they're not. And the Angels are not going to make the playoffs for an even longer time than it has been.
So all this nonsense about MVP, no, he is the MVP. There's no
in a lot of categories.
Hands down. He leads in 10 offensive categories in baseball. 10.
Excuse me, Wise?
Yes.
Excuse me, Wise? Think about it this way. He's 6'7", 280. A muscular 280.
A fast 280.
He's 6'7" and a very large muscular 280, and he's got a nice smile on his face. Either give him the MVP or watch that smile turn upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want that.
No.
Listen, right now he's making the Yankees. The Yankees have to open up their wallet. Like he betted on himself this year.
Blank check. Check.
He betted on himself this year.
They give him whatever he wants.
A la Andre Dawson in '87 with the Cubs. And we're out of time. We got to get on out of here. So thanks to everyone that joined us this morning from the chat. Bitter Truth Show, thank you very much for joining us from Atlanta. We appreciate it. Victor from Chicago, Sick Diggy from Norway, and Andrew talking Yankees, and everybody with us. Tomorrow we have our picks with Mike Debate. Wise will join us tomorrow. Cole will be back. I have a couple of surprises up my sleeve. Till tomorrow, have a great day. God bless. Remember, shut up.
It's Friday.
I know it's Friday.
I'm saying it's based.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like this: if Wise is someone's conscious, someone's losing 25 pounds.
Wait.
Yes.
Just wait another 24 hours, and Chris Space will be in the air for everyone to hear.
Yes. Yes, he will. And we don't know what the hell he's going to talk about. We just know it's going to be hilarious for about 35 minutes. All right. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are. We hope y'all are too. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.
Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. And I didn't do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow. See you then.